about 148 kilos before COVID, which is huge. And when I came for surgery, I was 174 kilos.
According to the Kenya Demographic Health Survey 2022, out of every 10 women of reproductive age in Kenya, about 5 are overweight or obese, especially those who live in urban areas compared to their counterparts living in the rural areas. Experts linking obesity to choice of lifestyle.
So when you look at nutrition, obviously high-calorie diet which is married by low activity, like having a job that makes you to sit the whole day and you're just snacking the whole day as you're sitting down. Then, based on the lifestyle that we mostly have, the people are sleeping later, staying longer on their phones and watching TV and all that. So they have actually lack of quality sleep.
According to Dr. Lance Mayabi, a bariatric surgeon, other hormonal conditions in women could lead to obesity.
Hypothyroidism mainly, and other hormonal imbalances that can cause you to gain weight, like polycystic ovarian syndrome, things like Cushing's syndrome, which make you to gain weight. And if you have the low thyroid hormone, which actually now suppresses your basal metabolic rate, meaning at rest you're barely burning any calories. So you tend to be a net storer of calories. No matter how little you take, you're still storing.
Judy, 30, for instance, required a hip replacement surgery but was advised to seek solutions for her weight first.
I was actually overweight, but before then I had a problem with my hip, which was operated on 2014 in India. I had a total hip replacement. This also came with my weight. I actually was getting up from my seat by holding on the chair with my hands, and then like kind of bending over before I started walking a bit, and I was in pain. I couldn't even walk 200 meters without a crutch. I was always in pain.
Even though her family's background shows traces of weight issues, Judy admits that her diet was a contributor to her weight issues.
My dad's side, the genes, we have the weight issue. Yeah, but also my lifestyle was a wrong lifestyle because I was a junk person, chips, chicken, junk as in junk, proper junk, crisps, chevra, popcorn. I would rather eat junk than eat proper food. That was my lifestyle.
The situation is not different for Sonja Lenkoni. She remembers not realizing how fast she was adding weight during the COVID-19 pandemic.
COVID, I gained maybe 25-30 kilos without even knowing or being thinking. I was working from home. I was doing everything at home. I kept increasing in weight. I started to think about, can I walk to the shopping center? Do I want to go to the supermarket? And that continued, believe it or not, for a year and a half until unfortunately I fell and I damaged my knee.
Sonja remembers being told that her broken knee could not be fixed until she fixed her weight fast and urgently.
One, you cannot get an MRI done because in Kenya, the MRIs are made for quote-unquote regular-sized people, and you will not fit, so I won't embarrass you by sending you. That was the first tough message to hear. And the second was, you probably need surgery on the knee, and I can do the surgery, but you won't recover because you have on too much weight. You won't be able to stand to make the knee heal to get things.
For such situations, Dr. Lance tells us that it will take an expert's assessment to determine what interventions a patient needs.
The baseline is just the weight, and then you calculate the body mass index so that we see, are they obese, are they overweight or not? And then with that, you're able to choose which options are there. The other thing that we can add is sometimes you can use things like smart scales. The smart scales tend to look at, go in depth to look at, to unpack this weight. So what is your fat density, what is your protein density, what is your bone mineral density, what is your basal metabolic rate, amongst other things, and what is actually your ideal weight.
In most cases, one may need to be on a medication and change their lifestyle, including their diet, while on other instances, one may have to undergo surgery to reduce their weight.
So when you're reducing the size of the stomach, one, you can do what is called a sleeve gastrectomy, which we do laparoscopically, which means you remove 70 to 80% of the stomach, so you turn it from a bean shape to a banana shape. That's easier to understand. Or you can do what's called a bypass, where you reduce the size of the stomach, but also bypass a large part of the small intestine. So you're reducing the size and also causing malabsorption of nutrients. So depending on that, then there are things in between that you can do. There's some which can restrict, where you can use an adjustable band, and other modifications of the bypass that can be done.
Overall, Judy and Sonja are now happy women, having sought for interventions for their weight, vowing to live healthier lives moving forward.
But now have embraced fashion. I mean, clothes are just below my knees. I'm actually able to wear coats with my two dresses, and you can see the waistline. Yes. If they are long, like I'm feeling this long and big now, I need to look for smaller ones. I'm telling you, I've become fashionable.
Breathing and not panting, okay? Walking and not having to sit down because you're tired, right? Smiling and opening up and not being concerned about what are people thinking about me, and am I the biggest one in the room or the smallest one? You know, I used to go into meetings and quickly do a scan of the room to see, am I the only big one? Am I not? Etc. But beyond that, I'm proud that I made the decision. I should have made it earlier.
Robbie Omondi, K24 Health Beat.